Hi everyone, I hope you're having a great day today. Happy Halloween. It's taken me a very long time to film these and now my skin hates me because I waited till literally yesterday, which was October 29th. This month has been crazy busy, so I figured I would put up a video of 3 last minute Halloween tutorials for wearing to work, wearing to school, anything if you want to just put on something to hand out candy to trick-or-treaters, if you have a last minute Halloween party that's come up on Halloween. But these are 3 super simple looks. You can probably put them together with things that you have in your house or a super quick trip to Party City. These cat ears are from last year. This was my Halloween look from last year. I tried filming my Get Ready With Me on Halloween last year and it just didn't work out. So I was like, okay, well, I still have the cat ears, and last year I was that person that ran out on Halloween to Party City and bought these, and I just put an outfit together with my clothes from my closet. So I figured here's a 3 makeup centered Halloween looks for you that you can wear pretty much anywhere, and you can make them more dramatic. This is the most dramatic look out of all of them because, hey, why not? But you could totally wear these looks without false lashes. You could make smoky eyes out of them, or you could do super simple looks, but I figured I would put these together for you. So if you want to see the 3 looks, I did Minnie Mouse, a Scarecrow, and a cat. Then keep on watching. Okay, so starting off with Minnie Mouse, I am priming my face with the Becca Backlight Priming Filter and then going into my BeautyCounter Tint Skin Foundation. I just want to start off by saying you can use any of your normal bases, foundation, concealer, contour, stuff like that. I'm not going to go too into detail on what I do because that's just very basic. You can do whatever you want for that. I ended up using 3 different foundations for all the looks just so that I didn't waste product, since I pretty much just did the looks and then took them right off. So you can go full coverage, you can go light coverage. It totally is up to you and what you want to do. Then for concealer for this look, I went in with the NYX Got You Covered Full Coverage Concealer. I love how this looks and it blends really well with a lot of different foundations. So I do highly recommend this if you're looking for a dewy finish full coverage concealer. And then I'm going into my Cover FX powder to powder my face. And since I did bring my concealer and my foundation up onto my eyes, I'm making sure to set my eyelids with that powder as well as the rest of my face. Then moving on to brows, I went in with my Anastasia Dip Brow and just filled in my brows as I normally would. Again, with this look, you can take it as dramatic or as not as you want to. So for this, I just went in and did my pretty normal brow routine and got my brows done. Then for eyes, I'm going into the BeautyCounter Ultimate Nudes palette, and I'm starting by setting my eye with Eggshell and then going into my crease with the shade Caution, I think it's called. Oh no. Yeah, Caution, I think. And I'm putting that in the crease. I'm using the brush that came with the palette, and I do like how pointed this is. It blends everything out really nicely, and it's very flimsy, so it does give a pretty diffused, soft, is that a better word? It gives a very diffused look. So I really just wanted to round out my eye. I wasn't looking for a super crazy look with Minnie. I just wanted something that was going to give my eye definition. So I really liked this color. And then to diffuse it even more, because I felt like it was even too pigmented for what I want, I just took what was left of Eggshell and ran that through my crease and then went back and just kept blending. Then moving right along to eyeliner, I went in with the Tarteist liner. I'm not exactly sure what the correct title of it is, but I just did cute little baby wings on both my eyes just to give a little bit of definition rather than just a simple line across the top. And then for mascara, I went in with the Tarteist mascara as well. I really love this. It volumizes and lengthens my lashes so much. And then for a little extra oomph, I went in with Little Black Dress Lashes by Tarte with their latex-free lash glue. And they just add this little bit of like natural expression on the lashes. They're great. And then I went into my Tarte Volume 2 contour palette for blush and highlight. I didn't end up contouring my face. I didn't think I needed, but then I was so focused on my normal highlighting routine that I realized I don't need to highlight my nose, because we're gonna go in with some black lipstick on the edge of that nose there. You could use black eyeliner, whatever you had. I just happened to have this around and I'd never touched it before, so I figured I'd give it a try. So I pretty much just went for a little circle on the end of my nose, and then I wanted to give a little bit of a cartoon flair to it. So I went in with the white lipstick as well, and I just did a little cartoon line there so that it would look cartoon-like. Then for lips, I went in with this red lip liner by NYX, and then I combined this coral neon color with the red from the Anastasia palette, sort of matching Minnie's bow, and in my normal fashion, I managed to not get it on camera. And then I tried to do the cartoon thing on my lips, but it just didn't look right. I thought it was gonna look okay. I was like, oh, I'm so into it. It looks great. And then I pursed my lips together and I had no idea, but I left my reaction on camera for when I figured it out. So then I just went ahead and filled in my lips as normal and just left the nose with that cartoon look. So this is Minnie's look. You can go ahead and finish off the look with a setting spray. I really love the BeautyCounter +3 Balancing and Charcoal Mist, or the NYX. Any of the NYX setting sprays are great, but this is just a super cute, easy look. Okay, moving right along into look 2, this is the Scarecrow. So I went ahead and put a flannel on that I had with me. It was just gray and normal. And then for foundation for this one, I went in with the IT Cosmetics CC Plus Full Coverage Foundation and the Tarte Concealer, the Shape Tape Concealer. Love these. A little bit more full coverage look for ya. So for my powder, I again went in with a Cover FX powder, just powdering my whole face like so. You know how you do, making sure that it's not creasing or anything. And then for brows, again, I'm pretty sure I just went into the dip brow, or I took a very light eyeshadow. Again, you can be as defining or as sparse as you want, especially with this look. I feel like you could definitely go with a less defined brow and it would look really good. And then for the eye, I just went for like an orangey bronzed look. So I took Sienna and Soft Peach from the Ultimate Nudes palette and put those in the crease, and then a little bit of Caution. And then I ended up taking the shade Copper on my finger and putting that all over my lid just to create this look. It was kind of smoky, kind of not. Does that make sense? I wasn't very precise with it. I didn't want a super crazy almond eye look. I really just tried to round out my eye as best as possible using those windshield wiper motions or circling the brush from inner to outer corner and just having the product there. And then again, popping lashes on. I didn't do any eyeliner for this look actually. Just putting the lashes as close to my lash line as possible. Then I'm taking this pink color from the Anastasia lip palette and creating sort of a triangle shape on my nose with it. I thought it was a really cute color, and I was just looking at a bunch of reference pictures from people that have done these types of looks. So again, not being too precise. And then I used that same color to create the circles on my cheeks. You could use a powder blush, a cream blush, a lipstick, whatever you have on hand to create these. I decided to go ahead with the same color and then use powder to manipulate it to be a little bit darker, but I figured that going in with a cream would be easier to create the circles. You could also diffuse them out so that it looks like a circle at the front but sort of fades to blush at your cheek. Be creative. Do what you want to do. So then I mixed these two colors from the Morphe 9B blush palette on my fingers and added those in so they weren't the same color. And then in true fashion on my channel, I didn't even get on camera what I put on my lips or how I did the stitching on my lips as well. I will have everything linked down in the description box below, but I used another color from the Anastasia lip palette. And then the technique that I used on my nose is pretty much what I used for my lips as well. So I just drew a black line around where the pink was and then did some stitching pieces. I ended up going back in with my Tarte liner. I had to do it like 3 or 4 times because I just kept doing too many stitch marks. But then again, from my mouth, I just went from the corners of my mouth up and did the stitch lines, and then from my nose, I just went around and matched across the sides either 4 or 5 times. And then this is the finished look. So there you have it, a colorful nose and cheeks and lips. But then I decided rather than leaving my hair down like normal, since I didn't have a straw hat to put on, I would put my hair into pigtails with 2 different colored bows. So I thought it was really cute. And then for the last look for the kitty cat, I went in with primer again. Pretty sure I used the Becca Backlight Priming Filter. It just reacts with my skincare really well. And then I went in with the LA Girl Pro Conceal, the LA Girl Full Coverage Foundation, all over my face, just because the color matches my undertones really well, so that's what I wanted to go for today. And then for concealer, I ended up going in with the NYX Full Coverage Concealer again as well. They just reacts really well with everything, and I love it. And I wanted this to be the most dramatic look out of all of them, so I really went super full coverage on this look. And then again, using the Cover FX powder all over my face, really making sure that everything was as set as possible before going into everything. For my brows, I decided to go into the shade Charcoal from the BeautyCounter palette because I wanted my brows to be really, really dramatic. Since my nose was going to be black, I would have black lines in my face, and my top lip was going to be black, so I went and made my brows as dark as possible. Again, you don't have to do this. It's totally up to you, but sometimes when I just am sort of throwing something together, I like being as dramatic as possible because then it makes it look like you tried really hard, you know? Right? Right? Now for my favorite part of this whole look, the eyes. I went in with the shade Eggshell and put that all over my lid just to set it, and then I went into Soft Peach to start out as my transition color, and I popped that into my outer corner as well as my crease. Now this look, I am going to focus a lot in my outer corner and not just rounding out my eye, really giving that almond shape to my eye. So we start off with that. Now going into the shade Caution, I wanted this to be a very bronzy brown look, so I really built up Caution as much as possible and then ended up mixing in Sienna as well to bring those 2 warm tones together. I went back and forth between the BeautyCounter brush and my blending brush from Sephora, depending on the bristles. It really helped to blend the colors at first with the Sephora brush just because it's a little bit more dense, and then going in to either place the product down or to finish diffusing with the softer brush and bristles. Then starting to make this look a little bit more dramatic, I went into the shade Espresso at first from the BeautyCounter palette, but I realized that this didn't have quite a bronzy brown look that I was looking for. It was a little too almost black brown, so I used that a little bit. It gave a little bit of a gray tone to the eyes, so I diffused it out as much as possible, and then I ended up going into the Tarte Contour Palette Volume 2 and taking the darkest contour shade and using that to darken the bronziness of this eye. And then like any smoky eye, I just keep going in with product. I use as little as I want at the beginning, blend it out, and then just keep building until it's to a place that I want it. When it comes to these types of eyes, I really like getting the crease to a good place and then going in with shimmer shades if I plan on using shimmers. So for this look, I first laid down the shade Rich Bronze, and I loved how the shimmer looked, but I wanted it to be a little bit brighter and not so dark since I knew the crease was going to be dark. So I took the shade under that Gilded and put that in the center, and then to liven up that inner corner, I'm obsessed with the shade Champagne. It's so pretty, and all 3 of these are more like satin shimmers, which I really love about them. And then to really smoke out this look, I wanted a full-on smoky eye for this. I went back into Charcoal, which we used in our brows, and I deepened that outer corner, really focusing it in the outer corner and the crease of my crease, not really blending it up. I really wanted those upper shades to be those those bronzy, orangey tones, and in my crease to be black. And then from there, I dragged all those shades down into my lower lash line to smoke out my lower lash line. So a little bit of the black into the outer part, and then I ended up going back into every shade that I used in my crease. So Caution, Sienna, Soft Peach, and I dragged those all along my lower lash line to smoke it out and give it a warm, smoky eye. Now for the super fun, but also the hardest part, the eyeliner. So I started with my upper lash line and I created probably the biggest cat eye I've ever given myself, and I don't normally rock cat eyes this big, but they're really fun on Halloween for me. So I just drew as big of a cat eye as I could. I tried to be as relaxed as possible when doing this. When I get super tense and think about it, that's when they get messed up, and I just tried to make them as even as possible. Then I took charcoal on an angled brush and I really got into my lower lash line, thickening it up, and then I created a line towards my inner corner. This is probably the hardest part. I had to look at a lot of reference pictures of other makeup artists to see how they had created this, and because the inner corner of my eyes are really small, it is hard for me to create looks like this. So use your own judgment, see what works best for you. I really had to finesse it and create what was working best. I ended up going in with the eyeshadow at the beginning and then going in with my eyeliner, touching it up, fixing it, and trying to make sure that both eyes kind of matched because my eyes are two different shapes. So it really helps to, if you know your eyes really well, and seeing what works best for you. But just play around, you never know what you'd be able to create, and that's sort of what I did. So I started with the lower lash line to create where I wanted that point to go, and then from there I ended up connecting my upper lash line so that it was to one point. And then I put on these double up lashes by Ardell. I bought these last year for this look, and they are crazy. They are kind of two different shapes, which was weird, but whatever, I made it work. And then I ended up finishing up the rest of my face off camera because my camera was overheating. So I ended up going in and contouring my face, but I didn't put on any blush. Then for my nose, I used eyeliner. This is the Inglot Gel Liner, number 77. You can again use lipstick, whatever you have. And then I used a couple different techniques to create the whiskers. What ended up working out best was again using this angled brush that I put the nose on with and sticking to the center of my cheek and then just dragging as quickly as possible. And then I went in with that felt tip liner to create the little dots on the center of my lip. I wanted to add a little bit of highlight to give this look some more glam, so I just went in with my finger to put my highlight on because I didn't do it before the whiskers. And then for the lips, I want the bottom lip to be brown and the top lip to be black, so I went in with that brownie nude shade, and then as I was doing the black, I just reverted into my old self, thinking that I could blend out my lips together, which I couldn't. So I decided to go in and finish my upper lip first, which worked out better. I would highly recommend that. And then I ended up going back in with that same brown shade just on my finger to blend it out. And then because the color was transferring, I just sort of let it happen so that the inner part of my lower lip was sort of gray and then the rest of it was brown. And this is the finished look. Again, you could set it with setting spray if you want. Grab some cat ears. I put on a choker to give myself a little collar, you know, and just a black t-shirt. So this was my final Halloween look. Okay guys, so I hope you enjoyed this video. It was super last minute, very basic Halloween looks because that's how I've been the past couple of years. I really haven't put that much thought into my Halloween costumes, and this year I'm not even dressing up, but keep your eye out because I am going to be filming a Spend Halloween With Me vlog, so keep an eye out for that. It'll be up later this week. I hope you like this video. If you plan on recreating any of these looks, please let me know down in the comments down below, and don't forget to tag me on Instagram and Twitter and even Facebook. If you do recreate this looks, I would love to see them, and let me know what you are going as for Halloween on actual Halloween, since I'm filming this on the 30th, so Halloween weekend is over, or let me know what you were for Halloween weekend. Okay, I'm gonna go. I will see you guys later. Have a very happy Halloween, and please be safe if you're going out on Halloween, either as a trick-or-treater or if you're going out to a party or something. So please be safe, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Happy Halloween, everyone. Bye!